Let's take a look at problem 256. So in problems from this first section, from 256 to 260, they have provided the u for you, okay? So if you look, what they've asked us to do is to verify that the differentiation right here, so they have given you the answer right here, okay? Okay, so let's do 256, assuming we don't have the answer. This is stuck inside of a 1/2 power, okay? So we have an integral from x, or I'm sorry, of x times the quantity of x plus 1 to the 1/2 dx. Now they've told us that our u is x plus 1. So remember, you have to replace everything in the problem. So we know that du du is, or du dx, I'm sorry, got ahead of myself there, is equal to 1. But look what's in the problem. There's not just a dx, but there's also an x. So we have to take all x's out and replace them with u's. Now, this one's going to be easy. That one is u. But what is x? Well, if we solve this for x, isn't x equal to u minus 1? So now we know everything. So we know that x is u minus 1. We know that the x plus 1 in this parenthesis is replaced with a u. And then we know dx is equal to du. So now every u in the problem, or every x in the problem, has been replaced with u's, and it should now be differentiable. Back when we first were learning about derivatives, we never left it like this. We can distribute. So we get u to the 3/2 plus u to the 1/2 du. Now that we've got it all ready to go, just like we would derivatives. Oh, that's a minus, I'm sorry. Forgot the minus there. Now that it's all ready to go with just kind of the same tricks we would use about making a derivative ready to go, now we're just going to do the antiderivative. So this is going to be 5/2. Dividing by 5/2 is the same as multiplying by 2/5. This is going to be 3/2. Dividing by 3/2 is the same as multiplying by 2/3. Don't forget your plus c. We are not done until we stick the u back in. Now remember, earlier we said that u was x plus 1. So that goes right here. So our final answer is 2/5 x plus 1 to the 5/2 minus 2/3 x plus 1 to the 3/2 plus c. Now, if you look at their original answer, why does their original answer look like that? Well, what they did is they factored out a 2/15 and an x plus 1 to the 3/2. But it is exactly the same answer. So don't be too concerned if your answer might look a little slightly different form than their answer. Okay? So now, yeah, they have put all theirs in factored form. Okay, now let's do one, let's do 250, now let's do 260. Okay. In 260, they have told us that the u was equal to 4x squared plus 9. So remember, you want to do the derivative of u in terms of x to see what's living in the problem. And this is 8x plus 0, which is just 8x. Now you'll notice, hopefully, in the problem, is there an 8? No, there is an x dx. So what I would do to this problem to get it ready is I would write x times 4x squared plus 9 to the negative 2 dx. So here's the thing that's stuck. A multiple of its derivative is on the outside. So we need to know what x dx is in relationship to u. So we need to get x and dx on one side, everything else to the other side. So this gives us 1/8 du equals x dx. See how we got the x and the dx by themselves, okay? So that's a common trick if you don't have the correct multiple to take that as a fraction to the other side. Okay, so remember, we've got this problem that contains all of these x's and dx's. We need to make them u's, okay? So we know that the x and the dx are equal to 1/8 du. Put the 1/8 on the outside so you don't have to mess with it. 4x squared plus 9 is equal to u. Remember, u was 4x squared plus 9. It says it right there. So that's just u to the negative 2. Now that it's all beautiful and wonderful and grand, we are able to just do the antiderivative, okay? So the 1/8 just hangs out in front. What happens to the u to the negative 2? It goes up by 1. What is negative 2 plus 1? Negative 1. But don't forget to divide by that new power plus c. Now let's make that a little prettier because right now it doesn't look real great. I'm going to make that negative 1 over 8u. We're not done until our final answer has the x's back in it. Now remember, they said that u was 4x squared plus 9. So where this u is sitting right here, we got to put 4x squared plus 9. So our final answer would be negative 1 over 8 times the quantity of 4x squared plus 9 plus c. Which is exactly what they have. Okay, so those first problems, they have given you the u. They have provided the u. In the next set of problems, they have not provided the u. It is your job to figure out what is stuck, what is my u. Now let's go through the process first for a few of them, and let's discuss what the u should be, okay? So, I'm sorry, 261 to 266, they've given you the u. Let's talk about 271 to 278. For 271, we're going to let the u be 1 minus x. It's stuck in that 99th power. We don't want that there. What's the u going to be in 272? 1 minus t squared. What's the u going to be in 273? What's the u going to be in 274? 7x minus 11. Last one I'm going to give you. What's the u going to be there? How about if I write it like this? What's the thing that's stuck? The cosine. Make u your cosine. Okay. Same thing for 276. Rewrite that as the sine of theta to the 7th. Skip 277. Skip 278. No, skip 277 and 278. So what you need to do in class today is work on these. Tomorrow we're going to do the practice, but only focus if you're a person who likes to get ahead of yourself. For now, let's just do on the practice the odds. So for now, just focus on the odds for those ones. We're going to do that in class tomorrow. We're going to do some more the next day. You know, we're just going to keep going from there, okay? So that is that one.